What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Mr. Universal Sports. I'm back after a long absence, coming to you live from our undisclosed location in the Southern California. You know how we do it, folks. Well, I'm about to cover that. This is my post-fight thoughts on that Triple G, Gennady Golovkin versus Kell, Special K Brook. And I must say, I was impressed with Kell Brook, but I'm just going to say this. I don't give credit to none of these guys, obviously, because for one thing, Kell Brook should have fought a top guy like an Earl Spence at 147, but I don't think he can make 147 no more. Some of the guys on the Lions Den, which I proudly say I am now. I'm a Lion. I'd rather be in the jungle in the Lions Den than somewhere else. So I want some people in the Lions Den say that he ducked, which I think he did. He ducked top competition at 147. But but Kell Brook rather looked very impressive out there. He landed some shots. He frustrated Triple G with his movement, and I think he looked good out there. I personally scored the fight at the time of the stoppage 3-1. And I know people are saying on Facebook right now, what fight were you watching? I was watching a very good fight, and I thought Kell Brook looked pretty good out there. And I think he exposed Triple G and show some holes that Triple G can be hit, and if you box him and you show movement and you have a solid chin, that you possibly can beat him. On Facebook earlier, I predicted that Kell Brook will win by split decision, and obviously he got hurt in the first round with the left hook to his left eye, I think, and I think we saw the big swelling come up, and we don't know if it's a broken orbital bone, but I say this was a good stoppage, even though it was anticlimactic, because we all know what happened to Mimo a few years back, and we want to avoid another tragedy in boxing, and we want to see these warriors come out alive and well, so they can come home to their families and friends and loved ones as well. Now on to Triple G, and I'm going to join the sentiment that say this. I was at the Triple G versus Dominic Wade fight, and I was at the fight, and I was sitting next to some Canelo fans, and we was talking, and he said, and he knocked him after Triple G knocked him out in the second round. We was like, okay, Triple G fight somebody with a pulse at 160. For somebody that say he's the most avoided fighter at 100, he'll fight anybody from 154 to 168. Obviously, he ducked Andre Ward. Andre Ward calls him Little G. And he blatantly ignores Eris Landy Lara. And I remember when Carl Froch said, I'll fight him. he avoided Carl Froch. And this guy, and obviously he's, in my opinion, and to others as well, he's not trying very hard to fight none of these guys either. I had a Facebook discussion with some friends a while back, and I said, how come Triple G just won't go to their hometown? Like, okay, Daniel Jacobs, I'll go to Brooklyn to fight you. You can have all the money. If you're so confident that you can beat these guys, let them have all the money. Do like with Roy Jones. I mean, John Ruiz did to Roy Jones. John Ruiz in that fight didn't take a minimum guarantee because he was so confident, and obviously he was desperate for the money that he could beat Roy Jones. But we all know what happened there. Or he can fight Billy Joe Saunders. I mean, I don't think Triple G is really trying hard to make these fights at 160 happen. I mean, forget about the Canelo fight. To me, he's creating his own weight class. He's not a champion. He's not a champion at 160 anyway. If Canelo wants to stay at 154, let him. I mean, he should just Canelo weight, which is 155. He should just. Hopefully, he's victorious against Leanne Smith. And if if Canelo were to defeat Leanne Smith next week, I would love to see a Triple G versus Canelo fight, but I don't think that's the best fight that could be made at middleweight at this point. Hopefully, GGG and Billy Joe Saunders can be made, and they just strip the Ring Magazine just strip Canelo Alvarez of the lineal title if he doesn't fight GGG. But I wasn't impressed with GGG at all in this fight. I mean, he looked sluggish. They said he was sick. I don't think he was. I just think he was frustrated by the movement and skill of Kell Brook, who was very game tonight, and had he not been injured, I think he possibly, if he would have lasted, would have won this fight. Also, when he was getting hit in the 5th round, he probably was stunned, so he wasn't throwing punches back or moving. He was just getting teed off, and I think his corner did do a good job of doing a good stoppage. I'm going on record and saying for that, because we don't want these guys to get hurt. Anyway, tell me what you guys think about this fight. It's your boy, Mr. Universal Sports, and I'm out. Peace. Have a good night.